Hey, spend now, worry later. Why the heck not? Yeah, right. Listen, two things I want to talk about today: spend now, worry later, and what I had for breakfast. You're like, what? What does that have to do with the price of fish? Everything, except there's no fish involved. Just saying, just saying. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Jan. Welcome to another episode on this channel, the Save Money and More with Jan channel. How did we ever wind up in this place, this mentality of spend now? And I said, worry later. A lot of people think that way. Devil may care. Spend now. I'll think about that. I don't know. Later. Whenever later shows up, usually in the form of a bill in a couple of weeks or less. I'm just saying. I know. I know. All right. So let's talk about this. We're putting ourselves at a higher risk. People that do that all the time, and now with the food thing, I want to talk specifically about the food thing. These opportunities, so called, to spend now and worry later. I don't know about that. It concerns me. It really concerns me. For the person that usually does everything up front and pays everything up front, there is no concern because they're going to buy up front. Okay. But there's the other person that, well, they're very cautious about when their bills come in and they do make their payments. And for them, again, a minor amount of worry. Just don't want them falling into that rabbit hole. But then there's that third type of person that really could care less. I'm sorry to say it like that. They could care less. All right. So I want to get my trusty glasses. And unfortunately, it's easier to fall into those rabbit holes than to fall out of the rabbit hole. Yes, of course, the bird clock, loud for me, not loud for you. Would you believe I'm recording this at 5 a.m. on the previous Monday that you're hearing this? Talk about ambition. Anyway, let's talk about this for a second. All right, so let's talk about the person that could be in the middle category or the much worse latter category. Those people, that person, especially in the latter category, is at a much higher risk of running into an unexpected expense somewhere between the time they picked up the phone to get that food, spending now and worrying later. Something else happened in between that they did not foresee. And then they may end up owing late fees. No big deal. A little late. Always a rationale. Always a rationalization. Ah, no big deal. It's just a little, a little late fee. A little late fee here, a little late fee there. It all adds up in my book. That's the way I look at it anyway. So that kind of person is at a higher risk of running into an unexpected expense and actually ending up owing late fees or finance charges for food. I mean, seriously, it's mind boggling to finance your food. I'm sorry. I know I've said it before. I don't want to sound repetitive. Who knows? Maybe it's better I am repetitive and maybe somebody, you know, extra will get the it factor on it. All right. Here's the other problem, okay? Also, people now nobody cares enough to think about this, okay? But also, think about this. People begin to build up a bad habit of buying things they cannot afford. Eventually, a payment will probably be missed. You know, they're banking on that. They're actually banking on that. I'm sorry to say, they're not going to tell you that, okay? I would imagine those companies are banking on it, banking on it. I'm just saying. But what I don't like personally is this habit, this that people begin that normally would not probably in the past. All of a sudden, the most vulnerable, they don't know they're vulnerable yet, whatever. Also, people begin to build up bad habits of buying things they cannot afford. How many times have people done that with furniture? Oh, put nothing down, pay in 36 months. Remember those? By the time you even get one payment and you're tired of the thing you purchased. I'm just saying. Now, these pay later companies, you think they're doing this as a gift to you or a charitable thing to the world? No, no. These pay later companies, that spend now and worry later, right? For us, yeah, spend now, worry later. Yeah, sure. I call them pay later companies. All right. These pay later companies actually do make money. That's why they do these things. Pay later companies make their money. Think about this from transaction fees from the merchant. No, no, this is not an act of charity when they send you your food on the zero at the moment. Pay later companies make money from transaction fees from the merchant. Then the merchant themselves makes more money from increased sales. And they do get a lot of increased sales. So this is just something to think about. Something to chew on, pun not intended. That's all I'm going to say on that. I do think these situations set up very bad habits, very bad spending habits. And then if the person is young and they learn this at an early age all the time to do it this way, I'm not sure the outcome. I'm just not sure. I think it's a risk. I think so. So please think twice about all of that. You know what I'm saying? Think twice. All right. Now let's talk about my breakfast. I had the easiest breakfast on planet Earth. Not to mention very cost effective. Anybody says they don't have time to make breakfast. Naturally, I make my instant cup of coffee, which is about 35 to 40 cents, a nice big old mug of it, and I loved it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know, once in a while, you could jazz it up with some flavored powdery creamer like I did today. And I got mine on the cheap because it was the store brand, and those last a long time for me, a few months. I get a lot of good stuff with that. So my coffee is taken care of for approximately 35 to 40 cents max. Sure beats the other prices that I mentioned not long ago on coffee outside. And plus, I have it 1, 2, 3. I don't have to get dressed, go to the store, wait online. I mean, to me, where is the convenience there? For me, there is no convenience there. All right. So the coffee is taken care of. But here's the easy part. I made what I call an air fryer toasted ham and cheese sandwich. Now, I happened to get sliced bread. It was on sale. It was just basic sliced white bread, okay? And it was on sale for now. And this is in New York, so let me tell you, miracles do happen. $1.07 a loaf. What? So when I saw that, I grabbed a couple and I put the other one in the freezer, okay? White bread, any sort of sliced bread freezes very well. It really does. So get a couple if you get a great price. Put it away, and you have it handy. So what I did was I took my slices of white bread, right? And then I just put a small amount, little bitty pats, little buttery flakes on top of my two bread slices, right? That's supposed to be the inside of the sandwich. Then I took some extremely thin deli select ham and I put one on top of one of the slices. Then I took one piece of American cheese. Everything I got was on discount. I put it together, I cut on top, up and down, and across, making four squares. Okay? I put them in my air fryer. I sprayed the exterior of the sandwich, the top, with a little bit of cooking spray, nonstick. Okay, to give it a little bit of a crunch. I popped it in my air fryer at 350 degrees for 5 minutes. Whoa, was that yummy? The easiest, peasiest breakfast you're ever going to have. And it's quick. Okay, easy and fast. I put it on a paper plate. I didn't even, one of those cheapo paper plates, not the expensive one. And I didn't even have a cleanup except for a quick wipeout with like 2 seconds with my air fryer. I mean, seriously, of course, I waited for it to cool off. So I did the math on it. Okay. I get 21 slices of bread out of one loaf. Okay. You follow me here? So that means right off the bat, I get 10 and a half sandwiches. Okay. 21 slices bread provides me 10 and a half options for a breakfast sandwich or a breakfast lunch, or even just say a dinner sandwich. I can make a little bowl of soup from a can, and in 10 minutes, my whole dinner is finished, complete. All right. Today I happen to do the thin slice ham and cheese. Okay, I did the math on the ham. The ham I got it on a sale for what was it, 359 locally, 359, and it provides me slices and slices. I only used one slice because that's all that was needed. And the American cheese was on sale because guess what? Take note of this. I have noticed a pattern. You know, like when you see the orange American slices and the white one, for some reason, more often than not, the white slices are much cheaper. Don't ask me why. The white slices are much cheaper, like maybe even $1 less. It's still American cheese. I don't need that orange color. I'm not a baby. I could live without the orange color. In fact, sometimes I prefer it's not orange. That's me. So I took one slice, I put it on top of my slightly buttered bread, right? And then the one slice of the thinly sliced ham. You could do it with turkey. Turkey, thin slices of turkey works just as well. And I had me a hot ham and cheese sandwich toasted in the air fryer. No dirtying up the stove, no dirtying up any grill. No, no, no. And like I said, at 350 for 5 minutes. I did spray the outside with a little nonstick to give it a little extra crisp. For me, 5 minutes was perfect. Try this on your own. You might like it. It is a less greasy version. You got the flavor because remember, I did put that butter on the inside. I could get 10 and a half sandwiches from a loaf of bread that was like just a little bit over $1. Come on now. Like when I think of people financing their breakfast, and plus it was perfectly hot, I just made it. Unlike when you get something from outside and how long it might take to get delivered, or you put it in your car. You see where I'm going with this? There really is no excuse. You could use this method, like I said, for lunch or for dinner too. But the cost was really, really cheap. What was it? A little over $1 and a little bit more than that. About $1.40. This is including my coffee, a hot ham and cheese sandwich with my coffee for breakfast for like less than $1.40. Are you kidding me? This is what some people are paying in finance charges if they are running late for their meal. So there's no excuse. Another thing, let's talk about frozen French fries for a minute. How many people like frozen French fries? I mean, French fries, period, right? There is such a variety of frozen fries in the grocery store. Sometimes people just forget. I just think it's a matter of forgetting. Like they're in the mood for French fries and they get it at fast food. Well, you can make your own fast food by popping it in your air fryer. Have your air fryer be one of your most used, other than your slow cooker, most used, convenient, make your dinner life so easier. I'm so tired. Welcome to the world of air frying. How many times have I had, like, let's say, like those wonderful fillets of fish, the breaded one? There's a really nice one. It's a little more, slightly more expensive, but it's really quite good. It's like beer batter, I think they call it, something like that. Yeah. And it is quite good. Pop a couple of them in, toast up a roll, put your favorite sauce on the top. I just use a little mayo and I'm good to go with a piece of lettuce and tomato. I got me a hot fish sandwich on the much cheaper at the comfort of just tap, tap, tap an air fryer. Hello. Come on now. Seriously? Really? No, I don't want to finance my food. I rather spend now at the grocery store and not worry about a thing later because there will not be a bill in the mail for eating a sandwich. Think about this. So there are ways and there are ways. I just thought I'd point it out. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate everybody's time. And I hope that you spend your morning with me for a few minutes with a cup of Joe. Or somebody said recently that there was a program about debt repayment, and the person really didn't care about it because they're not in debt. But they said they put me on to give them a little company. That was very kind of you. Thank you so very, very much. Thank you so very, very much. It made my day, literally. All right, everybody. I hope to be a little bit of company for you and hopefully give you a little smile on your face as well. Have a great day.